We got exclusive interviews that make the breaking news. Exclusive interviews that make the breaking news. Football organically, you know we coming through. We do pre-game interviews and post-games too. Football.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Football Organically. We've got a big time matchup this weekend, folks. The California Golden Bears, they're sitting at 4-2 overall and 1-1 in the ACC. They're back home at Memorial Stadium again. They'll be hosting the North Carolina Tar Heels, led by none other than the GOAT himself, Bill Belichick. That's right, Coach Belichick is now in Chapel Hill. And he's bringing his Tar Heels all the way across the country. They're coming west to a nighttime showdown at Memorial Coliseum. Kickoff is at 7:30, October 17th, under the lights in Berkeley. Yeah, these two teams actually have a little bit of history. Last time they met, they were in 2018. Cal took home that victory, 24-17 in a season opener. So, yeah, there's a little bit familiarity, but a lot has changed. New conference, new era, and coast-to-coast ACC matchup should be exceptional. North Carolina is making the long trip west. Body clocks are going to be in question. Travel fatigue is another question mark. But it matters, definitely, when you have a short week. So, head coach Justin Wilcox said this past week, North Carolina has definitely sustained some drives in the past few games. And he said that we've got to control the tempo early. Now, that is very interesting that coach has made this observation. But he should be in good hands because he has one of the premier quarterbacks in the country with JKS. Yes, the freshman, the true freshman, is so calm. He is so composed, and he is confident. And that's what you need when you have a young quarterback. He's sixth in the ACC in passer efficiency. He's got 1,479 yards passing, fifth most in the conference. The kid can absolutely sling the football. He's got a little bit of help in the backfield with Kendrick Raphael, who has been definitely consistent. He had 2 touchdowns last week against Duke, and he's sitting at roughly about 414 yards on 93 carries. And that's your workhorse. Then, you got a nice tight end with Mason Mangum. He's got 3 touchdown grabs on the season. And watch out for Jacob DeJesus. I talk about him often because he's a dual threat type of wide receiver. He can punt return, kickoff return. He's 9th nationally in combined total yards, with 356. This kid can flip the script, flip the field on you every time he touches the ball. So definitely a dangerous weapon that Cal has on special teams. Now, defensively, this unit has an identity. You know what that identity is. They finish hard, they finish fast, they run to the ball, led by team captain Cade Uliave and Luke Farrelly. These are a duo tag team. They're nasty. They get after the ball. They have 97 total combined yards or combined tackles between them. Second best in the ACC. And that's not too shabby. They're in the top 20 in the nation as a duo. Uliave, just 11 tackles away from 100 in his career. So a lot of tackling going on the defense. And he wants to hit that number this Friday against Bill Belichick and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Then you got Hezekiah Massis, number 5. Okay, he's in the secondary. He's got a lot of adrenaline going back there. He's got 4 interceptions. He's a ball hawk, as I indicate, week after week. He's getting his He's reading his keys with his eyes and his hands, and he's reading the receivers. So that's very important when you're a defensive back. He's tied for second in the country in interception. Okay, the quarterback needs to look the other way when he's throwing the ball, because Hezekiah Masses is him. All right, switching over to North Carolina. They got some talent, but they've been struggling to finish, right? They got to finish the drives. Gio Lopez, their quarterback, has 430 yards on the season. Not a whole lot, and he better not throw over to Hezekiah Masses' side, because that's sure enough going back the other way. And running back Damon June, he's only got 266 yards. So you can see right there, low production from the quarterback in terms of passing, low production in terms of the running back. And then you just got to, it's just not there. The numbers just aren't there for North Carolina. Defensively now, Andrew Simpson has 29 tackles, and Caleb Koss leads the secondary with 1 interception. That defense needs to step up, especially in the red zone. Now, the headline, of course, definitely what? Bill Belichick. Lot of talk around Chapel Hill about his survivability. Where's he going to be? All of the rumors, the buyouts, the commitments. But Bill Belichick last week, he shut that down. He said categorically it's false. There's zero truth in it. We're building a program, building the culture. And so he's super excited about blocking out the noise. And what does he say? He's known for saying this: do your job. The Tar Heels are coming off a tough loss against Louisville. They fell behind early and couldn't convert on third downs. Meanwhile, Cal's coming off a bye, extra rest, extra preparation. That's a huge advantage this time of year for any team. A rested Cal team at home Friday night under the lights against the Tar Heel squad that's traveling across the country. All of this is adding up to like a victory for Cal. Yeah, I like that setup. And here's what I'll say. The keys to the game: 1, Cal's defense, okay, must contain the edges. And do not let Gio scramble and break down breakdown and run and get some yardage. When they can just maintain their containment, they will be fine. JKS, the quarterback for Cal, he needs to stay composed. He needs to stay poised. He needs to distribute the ball very effectively and avoid turnovers. There's nothing more, deflating than a interception by the quarterback, and a pick six is just definitely swinging the pendulum. De Jesus on special teams, he needs to come on board and he can flip the script fast. So he needs to be involved offensively so that he can get his momentum, get his oil going, firing on all cylinders, as I like to say. Now, if Cal can control the possessions early, this is my thoughts, they could easily move into 5-2. And that is significant because when you're 5-2, like the top teams in the country, if you look at the top 25, you have some 2-loss teams that are at the top of the top 25, right? So if Cal can maintain their composure and JKS can rally the troops and K. Uliave can be the captain that we all know he can be, I think that Cal can come up with a significant game plan, to rectify the 2 losses that they have. They have a great squad. They can't play up and down. They have to play consistent. And I think that they can do that. But, until next time, I will be bringing you all of the interviews pre and post game with the coaches, players, and some of the electric alumni that will be coming back for this game. Until then, I'm Doug Parrish, and this is Football Organically, where passion meets purpose on the gridiron.
And post games too. Football organically. You know we got the scoop. You on top of your game. The we'll interview you. Yeah. Tune in with Doug Parrish. Hey, it's your man Doug Parrish.